Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. If you're new here, I'm Nogwazi Ntombela, also known as Gwazi Bear on all social media platforms. Do subscribe, be a part of this family, and if you're a returning subby, welcome back, darling. Now guys, as you can see by the title of this video, we are doing a SENZO MEYIWA trial update. Yes, I've been doing voiceovers and not really sitting down and coming to talk to you guys about the case. I've decided that this year I'm going to do a lot more sit downs. I won't be doing them daily because it will take a lot, but I will try maybe do them weekly every Friday so that I give you an update as to what has been happening in court throughout the week.
And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10. Like Daddy, Stacy, all of the Barbies is pretty. Damn, all of the Barbies is bad. Girls.
So if you know anything about me, you know how much I am invested in this case, guys. I've been following this case from the get-go. And bona, things are hectic. So last year we left off with Ukininda being on the stand, Ukininda being the lead investigating officer of this whole case. So if you're not following the SENZO MEYIWA trial, just a little update. SENZO MEYIWA is was our South African goalkeeper who was shot and murdered back in 2014. There are 5 accused in this case, and basically we are just hearing evidence provided by the state as to how these people were involved in the case. So at the moment, there are some confessions that were made by 2 of the accused, and we are basically in a trial within a trial where we are trying to determine the admissibility of these confessions. Okay, so guys, I am not a legal person. I'm not a legal mind. I've picked up a couple of legal terms and legal expressions on lives that I attend on TikTok. So everything that I speak about here is just basically on the proceedings, and some of it may be my opinion. It is not illegal or anything like that. Okay, so I have this book. I've been writing notes from way back when, right, about this case, and I'm just gonna refer back to my notes today as to what happened. Okay, so basically in December when we left off, Ukininda was on the stand, and I'm gonna be honest, when Kininda came on the stand, I was like, okay, this witness is confident, this witness is well-spoken, and he sounds like a smart guy, you know, and he gave his evidence and it was very convincing. And one thing about this court case is that all of the witnesses have basically come through being very confident when they give their evidence, but when cross-examination comes, it just goes downhill. So that is what I was expecting with Kininda as well, nothing new. But boy, did he surprise me, because Ukininda, guys, was unshaken, right? Cross-examination began in around December, and Zulu, who is the defense attorney for accused number 1 and 2, basically started with this cross-examination. And guys, it was a bit shaky. Like, his cross-examination was a bit shaky. It was as if he wasn't sure what he was doing. I don't know whether it was year-end fatigue, but it was just very shaky, right? This is just my opinion. So we left off in December when Zulu started his cross-examination. It was very shaky. We were very unsure, you know, and we basically went on holiday. So what is the date today? Is it Tuesday? Yeah. Yesterday we had our first day back in court officially, and we continued with the cross-examination by Zulu. When I say the guy came guns blazing, he came ready for war. He came with all his suits to fight yesterday, right? Let us get into the proceedings of yesterday. So most of his cross-examination yesterday was just based on the J50 and how it was issued and what process was followed to get the J50 to arrest all of the accused on this particular case. Now, what he kept emphasizing with this point is that accused 1 to 5 were all in custody when he applied for the warrant of arrest for this case, which is 636, right? So basically it was explained what a J50 is. I attend a live on TikTok. If you want to join us, get some information there, you can join us. It is at Ghost Lady, and we attend from 6:30 to about 10 o'clock every night. So do check that out. We do learn a lot from that live. So yeah, basically bayasho ukuthi i-J50 basically it is used ukuthi umuntu. Okay, so it was explained to us on the live ukuthi i-J50 is basically used to secure a person's appearance in court, which is what Ukininda was explaining yesterday. And the few methods for you to secure this person's appearance in court is by to either one, arrest them, or two, give them a summons to actually attend court, and then the third one is to an indictment. Okay, sharp. So Zulu's chat yesterday was basically to say, you know what, you wrote an affidavit to the magistrate that granted you a J50 for these guys, all 5 of them, but what was the reason? Because these people were already in prison. And also on your little statement that you wrote, you're saying that their address is unknown. You know, like, how come? Because you know where these people are. They're in jail. It's not like they're going anywhere. So that was Zulu's whole issue yesterday. He focused a lot on the J50. They kept going back and forth, and it was also interesting to see Zulu standing up for the defense, because he reminded the judge that the court needs to be impartial. The court needs to be impartial, and he does tell the court that he's noticed that the behavior or the attitude of the court is a certain way, and he will be sending through an application 317, my legal term, guys, with regards to the judge's behavior in this whole court session. Now, guys, when I say I thought Keninda would not break, I mean I thought Keninda would not break. But yesterday he was shaking, especially when he was made to read the affidavit that he made in order to get the J50. And just by what he read in that statement of his, you can see a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to the version of the events of the day that are put in that statement. Basically, they do not correspond with some of the people that have already come before the court to testify, specifically the witnesses that were inside the house. So that was crazy business to me, but I'm not going to get too much into that. And then, today, business of today, court is still totally on fire. Basically, kuyasha. So when we started today, we had a bit of like a long break, because yesterday when we closed off, Umshololo had objected to the witness, which was Ukininda, continuing to give evidence with regards to dockets that they do not have sight over. So it was suggested that we adjourn yesterday so that they can get sight of those dockets, so that they're able to cross-examine based on what the information Kininda has given on those dockets. Now, guys, Untanzi, accused number 2, was arrested for a murder case in Kwanongom, which is case number 183/06/2018, if I'm not mistaken. But that's why he was arrested originally, right? Only to find today that this case that he was arrested for is actually finalized. And he's never attended a court appearance for this case. Why? Because if you say you're arresting me for murder, I must appear before that court for that murder. Danzy never appeared in court for that murder. And now Kininda's excuse is that, no, they took him to Boksburg court for this case, but it wasn't put on the roll. And my chat is, if I remember correctly, if my memory serves me correct, Ntanzi was never taken to court for the Nongoma case. Yes, they booked him out of the police station for the Nongoma case, but when they got to the court, they booked him on a drug case. If you remember Mokhane's testimony last year, he said they booked him on a drug case for which the charges were dropped and he was supposed to be released. But they didn't release him. They took him to Rustenburg, to his place, to go find the hoodie which he allegedly wore when he killed SENZO. Right? So he was never taken to court for the Nongoma case. Never. It was never put on the roll of court, ever, right? And today they're still saying that no, he was arrested for Nongoma case and he has other cases. Now they're bringing in other cases that are said to implicate him, allegedly. That's why I use this, because allegedly, okay? So today we found out that the case that he was arrested for originally in 2020, which is the Nongoma case, actually had a person by the name of Qiniselani Buthelezi, who was convicted for murder on this case. And today they just basically made Kininda sort of read out all the charges for Qiniselani with regards to this case. And he was sentenced to life in prison. There's murder involved there. There's possession of unlicensed firearm, possession of ammunition, attempted murder, and so forth. So basically this case is done. It's completed, it's done. And when Mngomezulu asked if there were like charges that were added, or they asked for like a split in the charges, Kininda has no information on this, which is funny because he says that this case was with them because they're the cold case unit and they were investigating it, and Mokhane was responsible for this case. But when Mokhane was in court, Mokhane basically shifted all the blame to Kininda. Today Kininda is shifting the blame back to Mokhane. I understand, guys, it is not making sense. It's not make sure. Kininda then just says, you know what, this person is involved in a lot of cases, and there is a witness that has given a statement to say that this person is involved in different crimes and wada 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 and wada wada wada, and the statement of this so-called witness is in the docket. So now Mngomezulu points it out, no, you guys took one statement, copied and pasted it into different dockets so that you can implicate Ntanzi in all these cases. But now, when I read the contents of this statement, it says nothing about the Nongoma case. Of which he's right, guys, because they went on to get Kininda to read the statement by the so-called witness. And when he read the statement, guys, it says nothing about Nongoma. It mentions guns and selling guns and being a mover of guns and bullets and being like the top person to talk to when you want to rent a gun and being the top person with AK-47 and being involved in a Marikana shooting of a top-notch what, but it says nothing about Nongoma. So how did smart-ass Kininda put together Nongoma and just say, since this person has been talking about guns and guns and guns, you know what? All these guns, it's that Nongoma case. How did we get there? I'm not like a law person, so how? Sifike kanjani la? Sifike kanjani la, guys? But bottom line, guys, Mngomezulu is doing a very good job for his clients at the moment with the cross-examination. And then just towards the end of today's proceedings, Mngomezulu then just points out the inconsistencies with the witnesses that have come before the court. He points out to Kininda that, you know, Mokhane had denied being anywhere near an engine garage, which was a version Gantanzi that he was assaulted near an engine garage. Mokhane originally had said they were nowhere near an engine garage until the AVL report was pulled out, and then he changed his mind and decided, oh yes, no, actually we did go to engine. You understand? So yeah, and also the SWAT police, or about Jonathan and Abo Lissering, they also denied having anything to do with assault and also being anywhere near engine garage. And Mngomezulu is saying that he will come with the records of those particular witnesses to prove like the inconsistencies with these witnesses. So it should be interesting tomorrow as well. That is where we left off today. And guys, this is just now my opinion. I'm starting to think that they aren't responsible for SENZO's death. I'm starting to think that they've been framed for whatever reason. Maybe, yes, some of them because they are persons of interest in other cases, they just sort of thought, but in all honesty, I'm starting not to believe, I've not believed that these people are guilty. Based on the evidence that has been provided so far, I'm not convinced. But all I'm saying is that we need justice. We need justice, and justice is not arresting the wrong people. That's not justice, because the perpetrators or the person who actually shot SENZO is maybe continuing to live his life. You understand? And that's not fair. That's not justice. If you're arresting the wrong people for itala, right. So yeah, those are the court proceedings for the past 2 days. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little sit down chit chat session. I'm so not used to doing this live where you guys can see me, but I will try to do a lot more of these. And also today I just decided, let me do this because I look cute. But yeah, that is the SENZO MEYIWA trial so far, guys. It's interesting. Follow it if you don't follow it. I mean, it's interesting to see how things go down in this country. But anyway, I will see you guys maybe next week when we talk about what happened. What's today? Today's Tuesday. When we talk about what happened Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I might see you on Friday, actually. No, actually, I'll see you next week, and then I'll just recap everything. And yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. Bye.